All right, everybody. Welcome to class one of expressive color, our winter term, where we get to bring color and light into our paintings to hopefully defeat a little bit of the gray clouds and stormy weather that is outdoors. I'm excited to get started, and I just want to do a quick walkthrough of our how this class is going to work. So we're going to be learning a lot about color mixing, of course, how colors interact, and how to get the effects that we want from them in our paints. For some of us, we've got two tried and true tonalists in this class, and we've got a number of colorists, and then we've got a lot of people like me who are somewhere in between and enjoy doing both things. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot. One of my favorite things about this class environment and our Padlet page, which I'm going to share, that's our classroom space online, is that we get to learn from each other. I'm not the only teacher in this class. We are going to be learning and helping each other, supporting each other. And it is one of my favorite parts about teaching is the community that we've been creating over the years. And each class is new. It's like going to camp, and we just have so much fun. We'll be singing songs and we'll be crying on the bus ride home because we're going to miss each other, promising we'll stay in contact, but we never do. The other thing is on Thursday mornings from 9 to 12 Pacific Standard Time, we also have a meetup. This is just a free extra that I've set up, and it is just come if you want to. And you're not going to miss a lot. I don't really teach too much, but I can't help but teach, or at least answer questions. But it's just an opportunity to kind of set some focused time. You can put it on your calendar and tell your husband or wife, you know what, I can't help you during that time. This is my painting time. My mean teacher makes me show up if you need an excuse. Can't do the dishes, can't do the laundry. I am painting. And it's a great opportunity to work on our homework or whatever project it is you are working on. And it's just fun. It's just us hanging out, talking, sharing our work. And so no pressure if you can't make it. Again, you're not missing out on, true designated lessons. But it's just a nice opportunity. And I found a number of years ago when I actually set up my week each week, if I actually designate time to work, then I all of a sudden don't put doctor's office appointments there. I don't put vet appointments there. I don't allow myself to do laundry, or I do my laundry before. So actually putting it on the calendar, setting it aside 3 hours a week of actual work time is really beneficial. And it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just social hour, painting with friends. So that's what Thursday mornings are. It's the exact same link as our Zoom calls. So real easy. And some of the students even just show up just to hang out and don't paint always. So whatever you want to do, you can, and you don't have to be there the whole time. You can come in late, you can leave early, whatever it is, but that's what that is on Thursdays, if you saw that in the email. All right, let's go ahead and take a peek at our Padlet page. So what I'm going to do now is a share screen. This is a great tool where I can share my computer screen with everybody. Everybody sees our Padlet page?
Yeah.
All right, for my previous students, I kept the tonalism page up. So if you want to review anything, but for the most part, this has most of that information on it as well. So for the new students, if you go to the class handouts or you go to the class videos, there's a lot there. Don't let it overwhelm you. But if you're curious and want to watch some older videos or read some of the handouts from before, I should be a better business person and protect all this and make everything, but I just don't. I like to share. I like to make it available. But the one that we're going to be talking about today is color gradients. All right, so class videos here on the left is going to be where I will be sharing the link to YouTube. That's where I store the class videos that we're recording right now. And all you have to do is just push the link and it'll pop up and you can watch the video. What's really, really nice about how this class is set up, and one of my favorite things about teaching online versus teaching in person, is that if you have to miss it, if you have a doctor's appointment or something happens, your dog gets sick or whatever, and you have to miss the class is going to be recorded. The other great thing, and I've heard from a number of students, one of their favorite things is that you can just attend this class. You can just write notes, you can ask questions, you can watch the demo. If you want to paint along, absolutely do it. It's great. But what's really nice is if you want to just be there, be present, and ask questions and all that, then you can go back and watch the videos again when you're doing the homework or doing the assignment. And you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can fast forward through the boring parts like right now, you can do all of that. And I think it's just a great tool that you can, what did he mean? Or what was that part I missed when I went to refill my coffee? Whatever it is. So class videos will all be posted here. I tried to do it on the same day as the class, but I literally have to take it from Oregon Society of Artists site, put it on my computer, from my computer to YouTube, edit it a little bit, add titles and all that, and upload it. So it does take hours. Sometimes it's not available until the following day. So just give me a little bit of grace. I'm doing the best I can. If you miss the class on Wednesday and don't see it on Wednesday pop up, I'll send an email to notify you when it's available. Just know that hopefully early Thursday morning it will be available. All right, online links. This is where we can share anything you want. In fact, I just added this little TED Talk here that I was listening to this morning while I was setting up. Thought it was really interesting about just achieving big goals, like, oh, I want to paint like Rembrandt. Okay. And now I'm very frustrated because I've taken Michael's class and 3 weeks in, I'm not painting like Rembrandt. He talks a lot about the actual way we learn and breaking it down and having realistic goals. But anyways, whatever you want, or whatever you find online, any videos that you think are really interesting, anything that pertains to the classes or lessons that we're covering, all you have to do is push this plus sign here. This will pop up. Just copy and paste the little code at the top of your screen, put it here, and it will load. And that's what it takes. If you want to load, well, I'll show you when we get over there. But anyways, that's what this is. Just a lot of fun information that different students have shared. And it doesn't have to be videos. It could be anything. Class handouts is where I'll be sharing the handouts that I also will send in the email. I set them as Word files so that they're easier to print. But if you're not able to find them in your emails, or you accidentally deleted your emails, all the class handouts are here. And as I scroll down, you can see that there's probably like 100 or 50, I don't know, a ton of them there. Questions for class. This was a new one that we added at last term and has been really useful. I don't always, if you just put the question underneath your painting or your photo, I don't always see them. And what's really nice here is questions for the class. You can just add them, and then sometimes multiple students can give you their answers or ideas. So just anything you have during the week, between Wednesday and Wednesday, feel free to put it there. Again, no dumb questions. You're just braver than the person next to you that was too shy to ask the same question. Resources. This is also a new one that we added, because a lot of times if you're an acrylic painter or if you're an oil painter. And during our discussions, people will talk about different products. So this is a place to share some of that information. Like I prefer to paint on wood panels versus canvas. So some information about different places you can buy wood panels. Canvas is great. I'm not downplaying it. I just prefer wood panels. This was a great little video about just purple and yellow being very subtle, but going together. And so anyways, whatever you want there. Reference photos. Seems like a lot on our Padlet page, but this is all just really fun social things that we are sharing with each other. So our reference photos, most of these are from me. These are just photos I've taken over the years, and you're free to paint from any of them. If you copy them really closely, all I ask is that you write inspired by photo from Michael Orwick. Not that I care. It's just good art etiquette. Just like when you copy a master's painting, I just on the back will write copy of a master's painting or inspired by a master's painting and then the artist's name. It's fine to be inspired. It's fine to copy other people's work. If you find a photo on Facebook or online from a photographer that you really like and you'd really like to paint from, ask permission if you intend to sell it. If you just want to paint it to learn and to, explore what's going on in that picture, that's fine. But if you ever sell the painting or intend to sell it, always ask permission. In fact, I've got a really beautiful, interesting color or reference for a future class from a friend of mine that I've never met in person, just an Instagram friend. And I reached out to him, Harry Starr, funny name, and reached out to him and just said, you know what, this photo is fantastic. I would love to use this in one of my future classes and love to paint from it. And he gave me permission. So now, if and when we paint from it, we'll just write on the back, inspired by a photo from, Harry Starr. And so that's all that I ask there. But in here, you can see by the size of the, how small the little scrolling bar is, how many photos that we've all been sharing with each other. A lot of these were kind of lesson specific, but if you're ever, not sure what to paint or having a hard time coming up with an image, Gail shares a lot of pictures, or Jeannie's been sharing pictures. Linda Camarada takes photos every single morning of her view and shares a number of those. I've actually painted from a number of her sky painting or photos. And so this is just great. Just know that if you share the reference photo, put your name on there, and you're basically giving permission for other people to paint from it in this class. And people have just been super generous. There's just so much on here. Yeah, so I really love this section. Artists we admire. This is a great area. I put a couple artists about today's lesson, about gradients, but this is also a really nice place to share artists. If you can find their name, put it on there. A great place to show artists that are inspiring you at the moment, or what I find really, really useful as a teacher is this lets me know kind of the direction or the interests that you have in your artwork, right? If I was to ask you, what are your 3 favorite artists or 3 favorite paintings, and you were able to show them to me, I instantly get a much better idea of how I can help you, right? Otherwise, I just imagine all of you are just like me, the same interests, the same focus, the same curiosities, but that's not true. We're all, however many of us, there's 12, I think, are coming at this completely differently. And so this is a great way for me to see some of the work that stopped you when you were scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or wherever in a museum. and made you, stop and pause and want to take a second look, or maybe even want to paint like. And so this is a great opportunity to share that. And also what's really, really neat is that we all get to learn about new artists that maybe we hadn't discovered before, and learn a little bit about, different styles, different color schemes, different design techniques. All right, color inspiration. That's a new one for this class. And I just posted a bunch of pictures. Some of them are literally like silly like this. All you have to make it bigger, all you do is click the screen. These are just greens. Cheryl, who's not here today, unfortunately, but she's another acrylic painter, but she's always asking about greens. She has a difficult time, she says, with her greens. So I just grabbed this for her. A lot of the inspiration is different things, different types of gradients, and also just, I don't know what it is. I've had this scene on my computer for a long time. I just love this. Like, I would love to have this in my house, these colors, right? So that's another thing. As we're exploring color, look to the clothes you wear, look to the design elements in your house, look to your favorite rug or favorite coffee mug from Africa, whatever it is. Look to these colors that something about it makes me like this thing more than the other thing. And so, I personally like earthier, duller colors. I also like warmer colors versus a lot of blues and greens, even though blues and greens are the colors I wear. So I just grabbed a bunch of my favorite little color charts. Some of these are from paint companies. Here's a painting that another one that I've just kind of kept on my computer for a while, and I just find really interesting. I just love this contrast, but yet it has so much harmony in it. So whatever it is, but color based. So we've got artists that inspire us, we've got photos that inspire us. Over here we have colors that inspire us. These are just some photos that I found online that I just think are elegant and beautiful and subtle. You may be sharing colors that are much, much more vibrant. This is another one that I've had in my little collection of photos for years and years and years. I've never even painted based on these colors, but I just find some kind of elegant beauty in the harmony in these colors. I'm constantly tearing magazines and things apart. So that's that. So, and I can share my, anybody on this use Pinterest?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So we can share our Pinterest pages with each other. I have entire sections of just color, just different colors. I mean, just what subtle, elegant beauty, right?
Wow.
So just things that I'm just like, man, I wish I was brave enough to try that. Or maybe there'll be a painting, a design like that really would work with these. Yeah, so that's what this is. Another one I just find so gorgeous. Just these interesting contrasts. They're opposites. You got yellow and purple, but again, real harmonious. So that's that. Feel free to add to any of these sections. I put myself first because I have a big ego in our list of classes. And here's my introduction. It's stupidly long. And then just some of my paintings. Some are more recent, some are from recent classes. So what this is I've put everybody's name. Let me know if I didn't get your name on there. And so this is where Bonnie, hi Bonnie.
Hello.
Where Bonnie has been sharing her assignments from our previous class, tonalism class. And all you do is you're going to push the plus symbol. And then I just use this first one. If you're using your phone or your iPad, you're going to want the image on your phone or your iPad. If you're using your computer, you're going to have to figure out how to get the image onto your computer. So a lot of times I'll take the photo of the painting with my iPhone, email it to myself, or transfer it however you transfer your images. And then from my computer, pull it up. So let's just quickly go here, and let's just say Bonnie just painted this Claude Monet painting. Good job,
Of
Bonnie.
course.
Really good. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed your time in France. That's
It was
wonderful.
great. I love France.
Yeah, good. And Bonnie can write whatever she wants. A great time painting
With Monet, yes.
France.
I think that's where he was knocked over by a wave.
Probably. Whatever you want to add. And so then all of a sudden it just pops up there. And then we can add comments to that just below. There's a little plus symbol, and just and we can put up whatever comment we want. Never too much wine. Please tell them I know hello. And if all of a sudden Bonnie said, oh, no, that's not the one I meant to put on there, she can just go to the edit button, or you can change your text that way. Or I've made you guys all moderators, so you should have the power to go and delete the post. The other thing is, let's say that Bonnie accidentally painted under or posted it under Cheryl here. It's not letting me move it. Where am I moving all your paintings? Okay, so Bonnie, as always, put it in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And embarrassed. It feels like, she stepped on Cheryl's toes and wants to move it back. It is so easy. All you do is click the white up here, and now we can move it wherever we want.
Oh, wow.
So you just click it, hold down the button, and drag and drop it. This is also like, let's just pretend that Bonnie meant to put, or would like us to see, this painting on top of that other painting. You guys see that little yellow line that appears between the posts?
Yeah.
That's where it's going to drop it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is just introduce yourself if you have a chance. Again, Cheryl won't be here. She might tune into the end of class. But this is where, if you can and want to, introduce yourself, and your most recent post will show up at the top. If you prefer that it didn't, then you can move it around. All right. Any questions on Padlet?
I know that, well, not a question, just that it doesn't go that easy whenever I try it. I'm just saying, I can't drag the stuff. It's just like, I don't know. But anyway, I will continue to work with it to the best of my ability.
Right. Well, the fun thing for me is that there's different settings over here that I can give to each of you. And I put mine on frustrate for you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
That would be my theme.
Frustrate technologically is what I think they
God.
call it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like when I sit in in first class the other last trip, I was surprised to see that there was a turbulence button for the people in the back. I had no idea that I controlled that. Yeah, so that's it. Feel free. And again, my hope is that you guys will visit this and comment on each other's paintings, support each other, learn from each other. Gail's really good, and actually a lot of us are really good about putting their work process. So here you can see Gail's start to her painting. She's beginning to add color here, and then we'll get to see. So that's a lot of fun. The reference photo, the beginning, in progress, maybe done. I don't know. It looks great. And so it's a lot of fun that we can learn again from each other, help each other out. I joke, or I half joke, that we're going to learn from each other, be inspired from each other. But a lot of times we're learning from what not to do. And as mean as that sounds, it's a truth that we're all going to bump into frustration, and we're all going to be like, man, this is not working, whatever it is. And then other people can chime in, or just like, yeah, that's not the way to do it. You should build the painting a different way. And so we learn from the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm hoping that in this little community of ours, that we can be comfortable enough with each other to share our less than successes. Right? We learn a lot, right, Gail? You have shared, you're such a good painter, and you've shared some of your paintings that really frustrated you, ended up probably in the scrap heap. But I think all of us, like when we go back, and I don't like to use the word critique, but looked at each other's work, some of our best discussions were based on what you thought were your less than successful paintings. So yeah, don't be shy. We are a friendly bunch for the most part. Yeah, so I want to let you know that this is a safe space to ask questions that you think are dumb, to share work that you think maybe isn't up to, you know, your expectations, or maybe even where you're at. You guys will see in this class that I will end up wiping a painting away at the end of the session just because it didn't quite work. But I think that that's really useful for us all to see that paintings don't always work. All we're doing is hoping for the best. And then what do I say, Linda Camarada, when our paintings aren't successful?
Just to try it again.
Thank you.
Just say thank you. Thank you to the painting.
Thank you. We say thank you to the painting because it's helping us to move forward. We're learning each time. We learn from our successes, but I swear to you, I know this from 20 years of doing this craziness, that we learn more from our less than successful paintings if we're able to take a second and reflect on what happened, what didn't happen, where did it, you know, end up going south. All right, any questions on the group? And I did put, I'll probably be erasing, I'm giving a couple more students that mentioned that they might want to join the class a chance to join. So I haven't erased everybody here, but when you get to these ... lines, these are students from the previous class. So you don't need to go beyond that. Every week or every other week, we will spend time in the class and talk about our paintings, both the, you know, what's working, what's not working, what needs work, and do that. So please, you know, try to update where you're at. It doesn't need to be finished to get feedback. In fact, I find it sometimes more useful to get feedback in progress because we're still, you know, our mental game hasn't changed. We're not like, I'm done to the next one, you know, mentally. We are, okay, what's the next steps? But also, please don't post a picture and then I don't get back to you in a day or two and you just stop painting, right? Don't do that either. Keep moving forward, keep painting, or start another one. If you really are stuck, don't just not paint. I have students that have said in the past, but I only have one easel. I'm like, take the painting off the easel. Just put a new one up there. I am a big proponent of painting a lot of starts and a lot of small paintings. When I'm doing really well, I actually start my day with a small painting and then move to my bigger commission or gallery work. And my smaller ones are fun. They are loosening me up. They're liberating. They're my chance to experiment and explore new ideas or thoughts. Yeah. All right. I'm going to take this chance to ask any questions. Michelle Miller, you look like you were a little perplexed by some of this. Any questions at all? I can't see all of you guys, so I'm just fixating on Michelle, unfortunately. Sorry.
I have a question.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Me? How
Yeah.
do you get to, from cold, how do you get to Padlet? Do you just go padlet.com and then you put your name in there or something?
No, I put the link in the email that was with the link to the Zoom class.
So we have to keep saving that email then.
Well, I'll send it out each week.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, the other option, Graham, is up on the search bar there. There's a
Yeah.
little star. And when you push that, it will save it to your favorites. So you can always just go back and find it that way.
Oh, thank you for that tip. I will do that.
Yep.
Oh, thanks. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And our Zoom link is going to be the same for all 7 classes.
Okay.
So if you want to just print that page, you can, but then you'd have to type it in. But whatever you want to do, if you want to save that email, put a red star next to it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Padlet link is the same every week or every single day. And then that Zoom link also works for our Thursday get-togethers. So I've really tried to simplify and make it easier to find. So hopefully that works for you.
Perfect.
Great. Good question, Graham. Thank you. Anybody else? I know we do have one other new student here, Kim, who's out skiing with her grandchild or nephew. I'm not sure which today. So hopefully, Kim, you're able to watch this recording and it all makes sense. If you have any further questions, please just email or call me. Yeah, and that goes for all of you guys. I don't always see all the posts. I teach, today, and then I show in about 8 galleries, do a bunch of commissions, and have family life. So I am pretty busy in between class days. So if I don't get to you, please know that it's not purposeful. I mean to. It's just that I have other priorities throughout my other days of the week. But I definitely will try to get back to you. And if not, again, ask questions for the class. And other students will hopefully step up and help you out. All right. Any other questions for me? Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, and then I'm going to do the same thing at my easel. Going to give you a quick walkthrough. We're going to talk about color, and we're going to get to today's assignment. Oh, actually, before that, we're going to come back and we're going to look at examples of gradients. That way, when I get to the easel, I can just stay up there. So let's take do you guys want a 5 or 10 minute break to get coffee and pet the dog? 5 it is. Graham voted first. All right. See you guys in 5 minutes.